Welcome back to biology class. Today we're going to go over what's going on with the assignment, the Ecosystems Graphic Organizer. You should, based on what we did last week, watching the video, reading about the sea otters and what was going on in that ecosystem. Now we're going to pick a different ecosystem to work on, and you can put your ideas together here on the graphic organizer by typing inside these boxes with the lines. Okay? Now, organisms in an ecosystem can be divided into three categories, right? The producers, the consumers, and the decomposers. All right? Now, the ecosystem we're going to look at is the backyard at school. Many of you have been there. Some of you have not. So to help you out, I've provided some examples of what you can find back there. Okay? All right? See, things we can find in the ecosystem of the backyard of the school. We can find the biotic factors. The things that are alive back there include some grass, some trees. I've seen rabbits, mushrooms, moss, lichens, birds, ants, butterflies, earthworms, and humans. All right, now, most of these I think you've heard of. Maybe you're not so sure what lichens are. Lichens are an organism made of a fungus that has a algae, a single-celled creature capable of photosynthesis, living inside to help it produce food. A fungus can't produce its own food. It has to work by breaking down living things. Sometimes they're not living things. You can find lichens growing on fallen trees and things like that. Okay, you can also find them growing on rocks because they are able to break down the structure of rock to give them a place to stay. But that doesn't provide them with much nutrition, doesn't provide them with food for energy to grow and reproduce. That's the job of the green algae that lives inside. They help each other out. This relationship is called symbiosis, living together. All right, so that's what a lichen is, a symbiotic symbiotic system of the fungus and the algae. All right, some abiotic, non-living factors in the backyard of the school are the soil, the rocks, concrete, because there are sidewalks back there, the trailers, there's a storage shed, there's a fence, there's air, there's water. We only get bodies of water if there are puddles, but it does rain. We don't have sprinklers to add water in addition to what falls from the sky. So we only have natural precipitation, and if it rains enough, there will be puddles. Okay? So now we'll go back to the first page and see what we're going to do with all those things. All right, describe each niche. Remember, a niche is the place where an organism lives and its function in the ecosystem, including how it affects both living and non-living things in the ecosystem. List several examples of organisms in each category, using the word bank on the next page to help you. You may also refer to the video from last week. So, what do the producers do? Okay, they make their own food using sunlight and water, right? In the most important chemical reaction on Earth, photosynthesis. In the process, they release oxygen that all the animals and the fungi and the plants themselves need. So we couldn't live back there if there weren't producers making their own food and giving us oxygen. So you have to look at the second page, see if we got any producers on the list here, because they're not going to be abiotic. Talk about what their job is, which ones they are, what their job is, all right, and how they affect living and non-living things, all right. Producers will absorb water from the ground, all right, take carbon dioxide from the air, put oxygen into the air, all right, store food inside their cells, right? All that kind of stuff. Consumers, remember, eat other organisms, whether those other organisms are plants or animals. Do we have any consumers on the list? What are they eating? What do they do? All right, and what's their effect? And lastly, decomposers, which break down what's left of living organisms after they have died to break them down into smaller molecules that are then available to organisms in the ecosystem to use for their own purposes. All right. Any decomposers here? Think about that and put that in that box. All right. That's how this assignment works. Pretty good, right? And remember, you're going to have to answer. The question will be here at the bottom. What is the question what is a lichen? All right. And if you need to rewind and find that out if you don't remember, that's perfectly okay. But that's the question you have to answer as part of your assignment to show that you watched the video and get full credit. Okay, the video is part of the lesson. You should be watching these and getting credit for them. So what's a lichen? All right, I'm looking forward to see how you organize the school's backyard. If you have any questions for me, let me know and I will be happy to help you. Okay, and then once we get this done, we will have the quiz that I announced on the screen. You can show me what you know. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for coming back to biology class, and I'll see you next time.